Okay guys, here's the A-10 Warthog flight test style. I converted into a tail dragger style just to try to save the props. Hope you guys like the video. I built the plane quite some time ago. Finally getting to do the Maiden. We're going to do the differential testing. This plane actually is pretty light. It came in under 1,000 grams without the battery. However, I got a 4S 3200 in it, I believe. Two 40 amp ESCs. Oversized motors. The motors are way too big. But I wanted it to fly good and fly fast. And it definitely does that, guys. This plane's definitely worth building. I put some retracts on there. You can see they look a little goofy. They're a little long. But again, I wanted to try to save my props. The nacelles were pretty much difficult to put together. They've got the ESCs crammed in there, huge motors crammed in there. I wanted it to be a removable wing, and so the wing comes right off. It's got a pretty cool battery tray. I'm running this with basically 100% rates right now. I've learned with the flight test style planes that you really need 100% rates to start off with, just to throw them around. And this is a pretty large bird. I think it's over 1,500 millimeters. But here we go to take off, and it is windy as hell, guys. You can see it's all over the place. No stabilizer, and I think I got too much expo in the ailerons. It's just all over the place, left and right, left and right. I can't tell. One second it feels like it's tail heavy, then the next second it feels nose heavy. I really think it's the big cans on the back. I actually, instead of letting them be totally hollow, I created little cups that slide on the inside, and I covered them in like a speaker cover material. And I'm thinking that instead of the wind blowing through that speaker cover material, it's really catching the wind and causing it to feel tail heavy. I had the CG exactly where it should be. I believe it's 2 inches back. So I think that now that I know that it flies, I'm going to try to make it a little nicer. Look at that, guys. The slow-mo flyover. That thing's so awesome. It has an amazing presence in the air. Once I trimmed up the rates, it really flew amazing. I'm excited to really do a little more work to it, and now that I know that it flies good, dress it up. I never went past 30% throttle, guys. Those motors and the ESC and the 4S battery, it's probably dramatically overpowered. But again, I wanted to be able to have fun with it and not worry about the power. I got the 10x8 3-bladed props. But you can see after I've got it dialed in, other than the wind blowing it around, it's really flying good. I didn't want to do any acrobatics or rolls or anything on the maiden flight. I didn't want to take any chances. I wanted to bring it home in one piece, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert it from the tail dragger conversion. I'm going to bring it and put a nose wheel in it. I doubt I'm going to make it retractable, but I might. But I definitely want a steerable nose wheel. I might just make it a little bit longer than scale. That way I don't have to worry about my props getting damaged. Those props are ridiculously expensive, and I don't like 2-bladed props on this. I really wanted the 3-blade because it looks so awesome. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments. But I think I had probably, a total of, maybe 5-6 hours in the build. But you know, if you're a real builder, it never stops. You're always going back and tweaking and tuning and changing and adding and doing things. I actually have a 6-panel missile drop, 3 for either side, with 2 servos total, where I dropped the lighted spinners. I didn't want to put those on yet until I was able to determine whether this thing actually is going to fly well enough or not. And as you can see, it flies with no problem. So I can't wait to get it totally dialed in and you know, really take it out and rip it up, see what we can do with it. So we'll see. But whenever I get the missile drop set up on it, you know, we're gonna do a night video. You can't tell in this video, but I got lights all over this bird. It might show one of the other parts of this video, but I got lights all over it. The missiles or the spinners that will drop from the underneath the wings, which will be a total of 6. They light up and spin on the way down. So I want to do a night video, missile drop of this plane. Look at this, low and slow. Real nice plane. It's got such a good presence in the air. You can look at that flag there and see the kind of wind we're dealing with. We're talking probably a steady 13-mile-an-hour wind and up to 20-mile-an-hour gust today. Probably a little too much to be flying. I also maidened the new P-51 E-Flight Mustang 1.5 meter smart plane, and I'll tell you guys, my knees were knocking. Here we come. I just dropped the retracts, which again, they kind of look a little silly, but they do the job. I'm trying to find my glide slope, just so I can you know, bring it in nice and smooth. Another low and slow pass here. I think I'm going to be able to bring her down on the next go around. I should have probably brought her down here, but I really wanted to make sure that I set it down nice and gentle. Yeah, so we're going to bring it up and we're going to go around one more time, guys. And look at that bird. Boy, she looks so good, especially when you're bringing her around like that and you're getting the side view of her. I really think that those cans on the back were too big, but now that I see her in the air, I definitely think that the cans are a great size. Yeah, here we come. We're bringing her around for the final. I'm gonna hit this turn, and you'll see that I'm starting to pull back on the throttles. This thing does not want to come down. I'm talking 10% throttle, and it's still wanting to pull. So I really had to find the sweet spot to hit that glide slope. And here we go. We're coming in. It's dropping nice and smooth. I think that if I would have been able to land on concrete or pavement, it would have came down with no problem. Just out of view for a second. And here we go. The wind tries to tip me over a little, but I finally set her down, and you know, nothing too crazy. It wasn't as clean as I'd like, but that is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed.